Welcome to Islo Mania, your ultimate guide to the world's most captivating islands. Today, we're sailing to the windswept shores of Terschelling, a hidden gem in the Netherlands Wadden Sea. Imagine endless dunes whispering ancient tales, beaches where seals play hide and seek, and villages alive with festivals that pulse like the tide. But beneath this serene paradise lies a fiery secret, an invasion that nearly erased it from the map. Join us as we uncover Terschelling's geography, history, culture, and wildlife. Buckle up, this island's story will sweep you away like a North Sea storm. Let's start with what makes Terschelling tick, its stunning geography. Terschelling is one of the West Frisian Islands, nestled in the northern Netherlands between Vlieland and Ameland. Stretching 27 kilometers long and about 5 kilometers wide, it's a slender ribbon of land in the vast Wadden Sea, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Over half the island is a protected nature reserve, featuring towering sand dunes, expansive intertidal mudflats, and lush grasslands that shift with the tides. This dynamic landscape is shaped by the sea's relentless power. Dunes act as natural barriers against floods, while the mudflats teem with life during low tide. The island's position in the North Sea gives it a mild maritime climate, with fresh breezes perfect for kite surfing or long beach walks. But don't be fooled by its size. Terschelling packs in diverse terrains, from wild eastern marshes to the bustling western harbors. Terschelling's history is as turbulent as its seas. The island as we know it formed in the Middle Ages, evolving from a sandy spit called de Schelling around the 13th century, when massive storms breached ancient dunes. Evidence of human life dates back to 850 AD, with a small wooden church marking early settlements. Over centuries, the island split into distinct communities, the sea faring west, oriented toward fishing and trade, and the agricultural east. In the 17th and 18th centuries, Terschelling thrived on whaling expeditions to the Arctic, where brave commanders hunted whales for oil and blubber, bringing prosperity that built the stately commandeur houses, still visible today. It's also the birthplace of the famous sailor and explorer Willem Barents, born around 1550 in the village of Formerum. His daring voyages in search of the Northeast Passage led to the discovery of Spitsbergen, and the Barents Sea is named in his honor. The island's treacherous coasts, with shifting sandbanks and fierce storms, have claimed countless ships, resulting in numerous wrecks scattered around its shores, from the 16th century vessels to the infamous HMS Lutine, which sank in 1799 carrying a fortune in gold that divers still seek today. This perilous maritime legacy gave rise to the tradition of strand jutters, resourceful beachcombers who scavenged the shores for treasures washed ashore from shipwrecks, turning tragedy into survival. This rugged lifestyle is vividly captured in Cor Bruyn's novel Sil de Strandjutter, set on Terschelling at the end of the 19th century, which was adapted into a beloved Dutch TV miniseries in 1976, following the story of Sil Droeviger, a farmer who supplements his income through beachcombing. But here's a lesser-known secret that adds a layer of intrigue. In 1666, during the Second Anglo-Dutch War, English forces launched a brutal raid known as Holmes's Bonfire, or the English Fury. Led by Admiral Robert Holmes, they torched nearly 150 homes in West Terschelling, plundering the village in a single night of flames. This devastating event, often overshadowed by larger battles, nearly wiped out the island's heart. Yet, Terschelling rebuilt, with icons like the Brandaris Lighthouse, standing tall since 1594, the oldest in the Netherlands. From Viking influences to World War II bunkers hidden in the dunes, this island has witnessed empires rise and fall. Culture on Terschelling beats to its own rhythm, blending ancient traditions with vibrant festivals. The island's dialects tell a tale. Frisian on the east and west ends, with Midsland's Dutch in the center, reflecting centuries of isolation and trade. Visit at Behoudenhuis Museum to dive into seafaring lore, from whaling artifacts to local legends and the story of Sil de Strandjutter. Terschelling thrives on events like the Ural Festival in June, where the entire island turns into one gigantic open-air theater, plays in the dunes, music on the beach, pop-up performances everywhere you look. But perhaps the purest way to feel Terschelling's soul is on two wheels. This is the ultimate cycling island. There are more than 70 kilometers of dedicated car-free bike paths that run the full length of the island, from the lively harbor of West-terschelling through pine forests and cranberry fields, all the way to the wild eastern tip at the Boschplaat. You can rent a bike literally everywhere. Every hotel, campsite, supermarket, and ferry terminal has stacks of them waiting. Classic black Omafeets and e-bikes, cargo bikes for the kids, even fat bikes for the beach. Hop on, and within minutes you're flying along smooth paths with nothing but dunes on one side and the sea on the other. Locals say, arrive by boat, leave the car behind, and become an islander in 10 minutes. Savor typical Terschelling at organic farms along the way. Taste the famous cranberries that, according to legend, washed ashore from a 19th century shipwreck and now grow wild in the dunes. Stop for fresh seafood in former whaling captains' houses. Enjoy a cold beer on a terrace in Midsland or Horn, and feel the wind carry away every bit of mainland stress. From historic bunkers to lively markets, Terschelling's culture is a warm, salty embrace of the sea, best experienced at the speed of a bicycle bell. Terschelling's biology is nothing short of a living miracle, and it all starts with the heartbeat of the Wadden Sea itself. This is the largest unbroken system of tidal flats in the world, and the only place on Earth where the difference between low tide and high tide can reach up to 4 meters twice a day. When the sea retreats, an immense lunar landscape of glistening mudflats appears, over 40 kilometers wide in places, turning the seabed into a gigantic open-air buffet for millions of migratory birds. This extreme tidal rhythm is the engine behind the island's incredible biodiversity. More than 2,300 species live in the salt marshes and 2,700 in the marine zones. The eastern part of Terschelling, the Boschplaat Nature Reserve, stretches almost 10 kilometers and is one of Europe's most important wetland areas for breeding and resting birds. Spoonbills, avocets, Arctic terns, red knots, and bar-tailed godwits that fly all the way from Africa or Siberia. And here's where it gets really exciting. You can actually walk on the seabed when the tide is out. It's called wadlopen, mudflat walking, and Terschelling is one of the best places in the world to do it. Guided tours leave from the island and take you across the slippery, chocolate-colored mud to sandbanks where hundreds of seals bask in the sun. You literally walk between two worlds. One moment you're ankle-deep in gooey mud, the next you're standing on a sandbank surrounded by the North Sea that will swallow it again in a few hours. It's raw, primal, and completely unforgettable. Back on the island, the dunes protect rare orchids, sea buckthorn, and marram grass, while marshes hide tiny creatures like lugworms and millions of shellfish that feed the birds. In the waters around Terschelling, you'll spot harbor porpoises, Europe's smallest whale, and both common and gray seals that sometimes come so close you can hear them snort. Visit the Islander Nature Center or the Seal Sanctuary in Peterburen, just a ferry ride away, to see rescued pups up close. Because the entire Wadden Sea has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2009, this fragile wonder is fiercely protected, and Terschelling is its wild, beating heart. So whether you come for the endless beaches, the hidden shipwrecks, the fiery history, the cranberries, the festivals, or to walk on the bottom of the sea itself, Terschelling always leaves a little sand in your soul. Which part surprised you the most? The English raid of 1666? Willem Barent's strand jutters? Or the fact you can literally walk to the seals at low tide? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if you want more Dutch islands, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss an episode of Islo Mania, and tell us in the comments which Wadden Island should we explore next, Vlieland, Ameland, Texel, or Schiermonnikoog. Thanks for watching, fellow island lovers. The tide is turning. See you in the next adventure.